What's up, everybody? Atheris back again with another 1/12 scale car from my collection. Today in front of us we have the SLR Mclaren, which was released in 2003. Basically a collaboration between Mercedes-Benz and McLaren, and they came out with the SLR, basically. This model was made by CMC, and for those of you that are not familiar with CMC, they're very, very well known for their 1/18 scale cars. They make a lot of classics and vintage type of cars, Mercedes, Audi, that kind of stuff. A lot of German cars, and they bring a level of detail and accuracy and craftsmanship to models unlike you've never seen on a car before. In this case, they brought it to their 1/12 SLR, which is insane, and by insane I mean what you see here is basically real leather interior used from the real car. That's what I mean by pretty nuts. Wait till I show you the engine bay. It's got some insane detail with the hosing and the plumbing and all the stuff that they used. Everything to be replicated by like exact standards to the real car. Even the paint that they used to make this car, or paint this car, is taken right from the car. Same paint coat. The whole body is made out of pressed copper. It's not die cast or aluminum or anything like that. It's pressed copper. So extremely high grade material. Door dampers, hinges, the mechanics involved in what it took, and the time and craftsmanship and what it took to make these door hinges work just like the real car, especially the hood. When I show you the hood, how that opens, it basically is replicated exactly like the real car opens. It's got a clamshell hood basically in the front. It opens like this, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I just wanted to show you the body of the car here first. I left one door open because it's a little tricky to open. So I want to show you with one side closed, one side open. But I believe this car, when they made it, this thing has like over 1,000 parts when they put it together. Let me just adjust the camera here. I'll show you the trunk lid and how they took the time and the attention to detail to actually have functioning door strikers and hinges for the trunk lid, like right there. That's pretty impressive for a 1/12 scale car. I mean, this here, look at the way that functions. It's exactly like the real car. And inside here we have carpeted trunk. Pretty crazy. This drops down. It's got a functioning spoiler. I mean, the way they built this car, it was basically a computer scan. They put a machine over the car, they scan it, it goes into a computer, and you basically get 100% accuracy when they basically mold these parts. So it's literally a scaled down one-to-one car from the original. It's amazing detail and accuracy and attention to everything. The wheels are forged out of a block of aluminum. See there? Everything is just beautifully, beautifully done. These are pretty rare now. They don't make them anymore. Again, just like some of the other pieces in my collection, you see them pop up on eBay every now and then, but they go for thousands now. Well, I mean, even originally when I bought this, I think it was selling for $2,500. But what you get is nothing close to this kind of detail on the market, outside of like amalgam and maybe GMP. CMC, these guys are the guys, you know. So I'll show you now how the hood opens, the engine hood. It's a little tricky. So I'll try to do this without breaking anything. So here we go. So basically the real car, like I said, the hood opens like a clamshell. So you pull it forward, and get my hand in there, you pull it forward, and it's got like a little roller track system underneath. So it pulls forward like that, and then the whole front of the hood tips forward. And inside you have the engine bay with detail like you've never seen in a car. Let me show you what I mean by that. At least the model car. I mean, if I were to take really good up close pictures of this motor in this car, you wouldn't really be able to tell it apart from the real car. I mean, that's how well done this thing is. Check that out. That is real plumbing, rubber hosing, aluminum. See the aluminum in the hood on the underside of the hood. And just the complexity of the hinge system, if you can see that there. Like this whole thing functions, like I said, just like the real hood on the car. So you got those tiny little screws holding all that together. Just amazing detail. Again, this is like amalgam type attention to detail, but it's on a 1/12 scale car. So I mean, amalgams are more known for their bigger cars, their 1/8 scale cars. And I'll do a few videos on those later on that I have and show you the scale difference. They're much bigger than these. But this is their kind of detail and attention to quality in a 1/12 scale car. It's nuts. I've always been a fan of the SLR. I've loved the SLR. I've actually drove it once. Really cool car. Extremely fast. Supercharged V8. See if I can get the door open here. Show you the interior. And again, that's real leather in there. Hand stitch leather. You can see the stitching there in the side and in the seats. Even that center console, that little glove box in the middle of the console there, that opens and closes just like the car. It's got functioning sun visors up here. You can see these. It's basically the real car shrunken down. It's like detail for detail. It's amazing. Even the taillights, the LEDs are replicated. Again, extremely accurate. The gas tank lid opens as well. There's just, you know, there's nothing really close to this. for a modern SLR. There's a couple other companies out there that make the SLR in 1/12 scale, but nowhere near this amount of detail and quality materials and stuff like that that they used for this. So it's extremely rare, extremely impressive. Glad I have it in my collection here. So these were the rollers I was telling you about in the real car. These are basically little rollers here, and then they slide down into, I don't know if you can see it here, right there is a track that they sit down in, and then you push the hood forward and it slides into that and it holds the whole hood down. Very, very impressive. I'll show you how that works. Again, hopefully I can do this without breaking anything. Just going to hold the wheel so it stays in place. So it tilts forward, down, into the track, press it down and it's closed. It must have taken some serious time for whatever craftsman they had putting this thing together to make that work and put those tiny little screws together and the hinges. It's just nuts. But there you have it. The CMC 1/12 scale SLR. This is the only 1/12, or I should say, the only CMC piece in my collection. But this thing's a supercar, and I love it from the first day it came out. So had to get a model of it. But there you go, guys. That's it for today in this video. I'll be posting a few more later this week with some of my amalgams and my other Lamborghinis and stuff like that. So other than that, thanks for looking. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.